is divided by immediately preceding year's price multiplied by 100. That will give us link relative or chain based price relative. So I repeat it, the link relative or the chain based price relative of the current year is equal to current year's price divided by immediately preceding year's price. The quotient is multiplied by 100. By multiplying successive link relatives, we obtain the chain indices. For example, PAC equal to PAB into PBC upon 100. The choice between fixed base or chain base should be made after taking into account the relative merits of both the methods. But before going to this, we must know what is the different points in the system of weighting to be accepted. So let us see about some of the construction. So before I want to say something about the cost of living index number to you, because students, we have seen today what is price relative, what is current year, what is base year, what are the definitions and what are the different uses of index numbers, what are the limitations of index numbers. Then we have seen simple or unweighted index numbers, simple aggregate index number and weighted index numbers. The classification of index numbers is over in this way. And then we have seen about the main or principal steps in the construction of index number, like choice of base year and so on and so forth. We have seen all 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, all these steps we have seen. I want to tell you something about another branch of index number which is much more important, and the name of that is cost of living index number. Students, we know that all the people, this what I mean to tell you, we know that the standard of living of all the people is not same. You can see that the standard of living of government employees, the standard of living of private sector employees, the standard of living of say workers, the standard of living of say peons and so on. See, standard of, what I mean to tell you, is not same. The standard of living for different localities, area wise localities, is not same. In the same way, the prices of different commodities will be different in the area wise, or as the area will change, the prices of the commodities will also change. And we want to find out the area wise standard of living of the people by using the cost of living index number, and that's why we give rather much more important to this particular cost of living index number than any. Of course, by using this cost of living index number, the DA, you know, dearness allowance, wages, etc. of the employees can be calculated. And let us see about the, as we have seen the construction steps for the wholesale price index number, in the same way we will see the construction of the cost of living index numbers just now. So we can see the construction of the cost of living index numbers. These index numbers are constructed to study the effects of price changes on the standards of living of the people. There are various considerations regarding the construction of these different type of index numbers, such as commodities to be taken, the income of the consumers of these commodities, locality in which those consumers reside, retail prices of these commodities. Since the consumers are not concerned with the wholesale prices of the commodities, etc. Cost of living index numbers are computed separately for different class of people, forming a homogeneous group as regards to their income. So this is very important. You must remember this sentence, that cost of living index numbers are computed separately for different class of people, forming a homogeneous group as regards to their income. As I told you in advance, students, as I told you in advance, that we must gather together a group which is a homogeneous group. Homogeneous in the sense that their income should be like similar. That group we must gather together to calculate this index number. You know the word homogeneity and heterogeneity. Heterogeneous field means what? In which there is much more variation, or the variation is extreme. So it is considered as heterogeneous field. So the variance will be much more because variation is there. While homogeneous field means what? Similarity exists, no variation exists, and hence the variation or corresponding to them variance will be next to 0, nearer to 0, and the standard error, that is the square root of variance, will be naturally 0. So we must choose homogeneous group instead of choosing the heterogeneous group. This is of course a side topic. In order to give the guidance about homogeneous group, for being a particular group, while taking cost of living index number, we have to choose a homogeneous group. Means say LIG people or MIG people. So we take together all those people who are living in low income group society, and then we find out them a particular cost of living index number separately. Then second group, so it should not be mixed up with the MIG people and LIG people. It must be a separate format. It must be gathered together. All the observations, data collection of the data should be from only MIG people, that is middle income group people, or let us take third, so higher income group people, HIG people, and then it will be a homogeneous group to calculate cost of living index number. So we discussed the general index numbers. Following considerations are also necessary in the construction of cost of living index number. So let us see, number 1, first of all, we ascertain the class of people for which index is to be constructed. This class should possibly be a homogeneous group extra containing the people of more or less of the same income group. Number 2, then we conduct a sample budget inquiry on random sampling basis of the class of people selected. That is, we select a sample of people which is true representative of the class of people and inquire about their budget. That is, income and expenditures made on the various items during a normal year. These items can be classified as food, rent, clothing, education, recreation, and miscellaneous. Food can still be sub-classified as rice, wheat, pulses, ghee, etc. This budget inquiry gives the following informations. So, A, the nature, qualities and quantities of commodities consumed by the people classified under the heads of food, clothing, rent, lightening and fuel and miscellaneous groups. B, the detail of different commodities. C, the proportion of expenditure on each individual item which bears the total expenses on the group to which it belongs. For example, proportion of expenditure on rice to the food expenditure can be obtained. And D, the proportion which expenditure on each group bears to the total expenditures, that is, we may know the proportion of expenditure on food to the total expenditure on all the items. Thus, the family budget inquiry forms the basis of the cost of living index numbers, giving us the relevant details needed for the construction of the cost of living index numbers. This is to be marked here that only those commodities are to be included which are popularly used among the class of the people chosen for the purpose. That is, these commodities taken should belong to the taste, habit and custom of that particular class of the people. Then retail price quotations are obtained from the localities in which the selected class of people reside. Then computation of cost of living index number is made. So in this way, the construction of the cost of living index number is made in the following two ways. Number one, method of aggregate expenditure, and number two, weighted relative method or family budget method. So these are the methods for the construction of the cost of living index number. So number one is the method of aggregate expenditure. Here the price of the commodities in the base as well as in the current year are available and thus are weighted by the quantities used in the base year. That is, the cost of living index number is equal to sigma P1 Q0 divided by sigma P0 Q0 into 100, that is P01 L. There is a table which illustrates the calculation for the cost of living index number by this method, that is the method of aggregate expenditure. So you can see here the total data is given to you. There are articles A, B, C, D, E, quantities consumed in the base year, Q for quantity, 0 for base year. So Q0, Q01, Q02 and so on. Price in the base year, P01, P02 and so on. Price in the current year, so we should say P11, P12, P13 and so on. Then expenditure in the base year can be calculated by multiplying price with Q0, price with quantity, price with quantity. So we can obtain expenditure in the base year. In the same way, expenditure in the current year will be obtained by P1 into Q0. So you can find out the summation of the last two columns and divide the ratio sigma P1 Q0 divided by sigma P0 Q0. It should be multiplied by 100 to get the cost of living index number. So after this, in the next session, we shall complete the remaining portion of the cost of living index number. Friends, I want to tell you that initially you must take interest in your study subject. The main important thing today is only to have interest in the subject. જો તમને સબ્જેક્ટમાં ઇન્ટરેસ્ટ હશે અને શાંતિથી સાંભળશો, વિચારશો અને બુક વાંચવાના પ્રયત્નો કરશો તો અવશ્ય તમે આગળ વધશો જ. માટે સબ્જેક્ટમાં રસ કેળવો અને રેગ્યુલર નિયમિત વર્ગો ભરો અને શાંતિથી ભણો એ શુભેચ્છા સાથે હું આજનું સમાપ્ત કરું છું. આપણે નેક્સ્ટ સેશનમાં આગળ વધીશું.
Sandhan, All Gujarat Integrated Classroom.
સેટેલાઇટના માધ્યમથી જોડતી કડી એટલે સંધાન.